What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is another Watcher of Realms video and we will be talking about your epic awakening stones, where you should use them, which heroes are going to benefit you, and are you not going to waste them by putting them into this hero. So we'll talk about some of the heroes. I think we've got like 12 here at the moment to suggest to you. Potentially there may be more, however we just haven't played with them enough to know for sure if I could say yes, you should putting an epic soulstone on this hero, because if I tell you that and you do that and you say, well, no, did nothing for me, that's not a very good look, is it? So we'll go through the majority of them. There's 12 in this list that we can say to you, yes, you should put your epic soulstones there, and that may even mean, okay, push up to A1, push it up to A3, and then some of them will be fully to A5, you know, just because they get that much better, or they may actually need A5 to be any good. So, we'll try and go through the A5s first. We'll talk about Deimos. Deimos is 100% worth your soul stones, okay, your awakening stones. Pushing him up to A5 just makes him such a friggin' nuker. Massive damage increase, especially in Guild Boss. During the effect of Ancestral Presence, dealing damage restores 3% health, so now he can health leech when he's dealing damage. Tearing Stab is increased, +1. He also gets penetration at 4 there, and when tearing reaches full stacks, attack ignores 15% of the target's defense. You won't ever regret putting your stones into Deimos, and he does deserve to be up to Awaken 5 all day long, because he's just doing that much damage, especially if you've got him built right. If you do need to know how to build Deimos, I've got a video on that one as well, so check that one out too. But a lot of people do ask why he does so much damage, and those Awakens really do make a huge difference. Next up we have Tauriel. She is obviously, we did a showcase on her as well, and she is just literally awesome. She's got a little bit of a jiggle. We have to mention that, don't we? But yeah, every awaken just makes her just that much stronger. Going up to A5, she's 100% worth your stones. Increases basic attack damage at 1, attack +200. Then using limitless shots recovers rage for allies with 5% of their rage caps, which is massive as well. Attack speed increased at 4, and this one, which is massive, extending the duration of limitless shots by 3 seconds for every kill that she gets. So Tauriel, another one who is 100% worth putting your soul stones into. Now we are quickly gonna go to Maul. Okay. Now a lot of you say, like, why don't you like Maul or whatever? I'm going to tell you this now. Maul is only worth awakening to 5 if you have, say, no other strong AoE damage dealers, okay, because others can do his job. Okay, others can do his job. If you have a strong AoE damage dealer, you most likely won't need Maul, but he 100% needs A5. Okay, he needs A5. Abyssal Surge now inflicts freeze, which is, you know, it's nice. Crit rate +5%. Salt Erosion will inflict slow, which again is kind of nice. Penetration +5%, but the big one is the cost -5, because he costs an absolute fortune. Costs a fortune, and he needs to be geared to his eyeballs. Okay, literally the best gear you can get. So if I didn't have any strong AoE mages or AoE DPS, then yeah, awakening Maul to 5 would have to be an option. It would have to be an option. So if that is you in that circumstance, then it is worth it. However, if you do have enough AoE damage, I would not put your stones into Maul. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Next, I want to talk about Hollow. Hollow is okay. The jiggle. She is an amazing healer, but how can I put it in A5? She's literally awesome, so it is worth putting your stones into her. Paired with Laurel though, Laurel, I did a showcase on Laurel. Can I just see Laurel quickly? This is Laurel. If you pair her up with her for Guild Boss, you can do amazingly well. And it means that you can, you know, you can push on even if you don't have Eloin, because we all know how huge Eloin is in Guild Boss. If you have Hollow at A5 and a Laurel, I'm not saying you need Laurel with any Awakens, you don't, you just need to promote it, but Hollow will be able to do a lot for your team. Each healing restores 1% of rage cap, health increase there, rage cap -100 at 3, attack +5%, A5 Each cast of Light of Bliss increases the efficiency of accumulating rage by 15% until the battle ends, up to 5 stacks. This is massive, okay? And this kind of explains as well a little bit why it's great with Laurel. Not only that, she does provide a good amount of healing. Okay, she does provide a good amount of healing. She will need good gear, but you know, if you don't have an Eloin, pairing up Hollow with Laurel will do a lot for your guild boss team for all day long, all day long. So those are your A5s at the moment, the ones that are saying it's 100% worth putting into A5. But we'll talk about ones that are worth just putting into A1, even A1. I need to scroll through here because I have got the list with me, but I need to obviously make sure it's which ones are on the list here. We'll talk about Dolores in a minute. Where is she? Let's talk about Dolores. Now, Dolores is a great epic hero. We know this about her buffing, but her biggest one is A1. The inspiration effect of graceful dancing increases by 20%. This one here is just massive for Dolores. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the rest aren't any good, but I wouldn't go putting my stones into them. We're talking about using stones here, not our dupes, okay? So if you don't have a dupe of Dolores, having that stone for her here is huge, massive. Literally massive. 20% increase to it is just huge. Let's quickly talk about Brienne. Brienne, again, she's a great marksman. You've seen her showcased. A1 is her biggest one, really. During the effect of multi-shot, Brienne gains 30% physical penetration, which is massive. Obviously, this is, again, for using stones. Split shot damage is increased at Awaken 3. And Awaken 5, a number of split shot plus 1, which is also very nice, but I don't know if I would put my stones into that. Okay, you know, they're valuable, right? They are valuable. But definitely A1 will do a lot more for your Brienne. Quickly talk about Baron. Again, Baron at A1, when shielded by evil armor, increases attack and defense by 15% each. I feel like this one is definitely worth it. It's obviously making him more, you know, 15% extra defense is super nice. And obviously attack as well. We'll be doing something if he's hitting those minions in that lane. We will go through his other ones quickly. At Awaken 3, Immortal Wrath duration plus 3 seconds. And at 5, recovers 50% health at the end of Immortal Wrath duration. Now this is very nice, but we often have healers who could bring him back up so he could survive it. And I don't feel like it's worth putting your stones into these other ones, other than this one, because this defense by 15%, you know, it's super nice. So that's one you could put in a stone into Baron. Let's quickly talk about Vortex quickly. Vortex A1 is his biggest one. When on the field, grants a random ally a shield equal to 20% of their health every 25 seconds. This effect lasts for 10 seconds. Massive one for your Vortex. You will want this at A1. Very arguable, actually. You could use a stone and save a dupe of Vortex if you have a dupe for the fusing of Abomination. So that's an arguable one as well. A3 increases his healing multiplier, and A5 healing ripple shield absorbs 10% more damage. But A1 is his massive one, so definitely put a stone into that. Who else do we have here? Isolde. Where is she? Where is she? Have I gone past her? I must have gone past her. I must have gone past you. Nope, that's not her. Where the hell is Isolde? Or Isolde? Slow it down. Right next to Estrid. Estrid took my eyes off. Okay, Isolde at A1 is super nice to put a stone in. So when shield wall is triggered, Isolde gains a number of shields equal to the value of her block. Each shield is equal to 8% of her max health and lasts for the duration of shield wall. So this one is really, really nice, and it's definitely worth putting a stone into that. Awaken 3 increases Isolde's attack by 5% of her health, and at 5, required basic attacks to unleash slashes -2. But this is her biggest one at A1, and I would definitely recommend putting a stone into this one if you're using Isolde. Next, we can talk about Olague. Wait, I did pull an Olague. I just haven't needed to build him yet because we have Baron maxed out, and he is great and all that. But A1 is his biggest help. Increases the strength of shield gained by 10%. His shields are already massive, but a 10% increase on top of those shields that are massive as well is a huge one. Awaken 3, this gets a health increase. Awaken 2 is defense increase. Awaken 4, damage reductions. Awaken 5, when the ultimate is triggered, grants physical damage reduction of the same duration to adjacent allies. However, you know, if we're talking about eyes here to be used, do you really want to push another four Soulstones into this awakening to get to this awakening of 5? Because the others, let's be honest, they're not huge, but this A1 is definitely all day long. Use it all day long. Get Olague to A1. One more, I believe. One more. We've spoken about Barrett. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to talk about Estrid, who was right next to Isolde. If I did that the other way around, it would have been okay, wouldn't it? It would have been okay. But A1 Estrid, basic attack range +1. Say no more. Say no more on that. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. So if you're using her, definitely get it to A1. A3 during the effect of Blade Storm, 25% chance of triggering 2 strikes in a row, which is nice, but you know, is it worth using a stone for? Not really. Rage Gem plus 30% against penetrated enemies for 5 seconds. So definitely go for the A1 on her if you're using her. That's it really for your A1s and your A5s. Now we can go on to, there's only 4 more heroes we're going to talk about. We'll talk about Eona first. Where is she? Let's talk about Eona first. Now, Eona at A1 is already a massive increase. During the ultimate, each attack triggers a starburst. And at A3 increases damage of starburst by 50%. It's huge. A1 to A3 is massive, so it's definitely worth putting them into her for that. At A5, increases the ultimate duration by 5 seconds. But these A1 to you know, even this one is nice, attack plus 5%. But up to A3, definitely worth putting your stones into for Eona. Luneria. A1 is obviously very nice, increases attack speed by 30 for 6 seconds upon triggering Dark Moon Arrow. A2 gives plus 200 attack, and A3 is the big one as well, increases the chance of Dark Moon Arrow triggered by basic attacks by 10%. It's a huge damage increase for her, because this is a big attack. But yeah, definitely up to A3. The others, I mean, the attack speed plus 25 is kind of nice, but you know, inflicts immobilize for the enemies. But A1 to A3 is the big ones for Luneria. So you can safely put your stones into that. Let's quickly, I don't have Pyros, so I can't talk about Pyros, but I'll go to Pyros after I've seen the gallery. Wrath. Where are you, Wrath? Wrath is worth putting up to A5 if, you know, if you really need to be using him. If you don't have nothing else to use DPS wise and is in with you're using him for the Lord bonus already anyway, then yeah, putting up to A5, you're not going to be worried about it. Okay, it's worth it. Triggering Soul Basher guarantees a critical hit. A3 inflicts burning on targets that take AoE damage from heavy blow, and A5, when heavy blow is triggered, the hero restores health equal to 30% of the total damage dealt. So Wrath is worth doing it, but that's only if you're using Wrath. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a big roster, then you will be using Wrath. So it is worth putting stones into him if that's your situation. Some people's situations are different. They have legend heroes and they have all this other stuff going on. But if you are limited on heroes, it's definitely worth putting your stones into. The final one we're going to talk about is Pyros. Now, Pyros is a really nice epic lord. He is, and he's definitely worth putting eyes into. Oh, I said it again. Stones into up to Awaken 3. A1 gives you Drawing Destruction Command, increases critical rate by 20%. A2 gives critical damage plus 10%. And Awaken 3, he enhances here. Delusional Gaze lasts 5 more seconds if a target is still alive after the end of Destruction Command. And this bonus will be massive for Guild Boss, okay? So if you've got like Zillitu, that kind of thing, Zillitu and Pyros going on there, you know, you're in business. So yeah, that is going to be huge for that. So that's the heroes. Hopefully that helps you in the sense of you're struggling on eyes or your Soulstones, what you want to use them on, for your epic heroes. And so yeah, that's hopefully going to be pretty accurate for you. I will say again in this video that not every single epic has been tested. Okay, The ones that we've mentioned have been, and obviously a lot of others, but there may be one or two that could potentially be worth it. We just don't know about it right now. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below to help this channel grow. And I'll see all of you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are. Goodbye.